Baffling disappearance of Bryce Laspisa, Castaic, California. The unsettling disappearance of Bryce Laspisa on August 30, 2013, remains one of the most perplexing and heart-wrenching mysteries in recent years. Despite an extensive search and ongoing investigations, the whereabouts of this 19-year-old college sophomore continue to elude his family, friends, and law enforcement. Bryce's story is not only a chilling reminder of how quickly a life can change but also a testament to the enduring hope of those left behind. Into the circumstances surrounding Bryce's disappearance, piecing together the timeline, exploring possible explanations, and highlighting the emotional toll on his loved ones. A bright beginning. Bryce's early life and personality. Bryce David Laspisa was born on April 30, 1994, to Michael and Karen Laspisa in Chicago, Illinois. Growing up as an only child, Bryce was showered with love and support. His charismatic and gregarious nature made him well-liked among peers. He had a natural ability to light up any room with his infectious humor and warm personality. A creative soul, Bryce had a passion for art, especially drawing and building, which he nurtured throughout his childhood. After graduating from Naperville Central High School in 2012, Bryce's family relocated to Laguna Niguel, California. However, Bryce chose a different path, moving about 450 miles north to Chico, California. He enrolled at Sierra College, a community college near Rockland City, where he pursued courses in industrial and graphic design. His goal was to build a strong portfolio and eventually transfer to a four-year university. The turning point: changes leading up to disappearance. During his freshman year, Bryce's life appeared stable and promising. He had a loving girlfriend, Kim Sly, who described him as respectful and caring. However, as the summer of 2013 came to a close, subtle but significant changes began to emerge. By mid-August, just 2 weeks before the start of his sophomore year, Bryce's behavior became increasingly erratic. Friends and family noticed these alarming changes. Bryce started giving away personal belongings, including a gaming console and a pair of diamond earrings gifted by his mother. His girlfriend Kim observed that he was acting out of character, more generous to a fault and emotionally distant. Sean Dixon, Bryce's roommate, revealed that Bryce had been taking an unprescribed ADHD medication to stay awake during late-night gaming sessions, coupled with heavy weekend alcohol consumption. These substances appeared to have a profound effect on him, contributing to his strange behavior. Perhaps most distressing was Bryce's sudden decision to break up with Kim via text, telling her she would be better off without him. This was a sharp departure from the loving relationship they had shared, and it left those close to him deeply worried about his mental state. The last known movements, August 28 to 30, 2013. On August 28, Bryce's friends and family grew increasingly concerned. Sean contacted Karen to update her on Bryce's troubling behavior and breakup with Kim. Shortly after, Bryce himself called Karen from Kim's home, insisting he was fine despite Kim's reassurances to the contrary. That night, Bryce left Kim's house and was never seen by her again. Following this, the timeline of Bryce's movements becomes both detailed and baffling. Around 1 a.m. on August 29th, Bryce made a phone call from a remote area about an hour away from his apartment, heading south toward the mountains. Later that morning, his car ran out of gas at Buttonwillow, a truck stop off Interstate 5, roughly a few hours from Laguna Niguel. The couple's auto insurance provider notified them, and his parents began calling him repeatedly, but Bryce did not answer. At a nearby repair shop, an employee named Christian delivered gas to Bryce's car and found him inside with red eyes but seemingly okay. Christian called Karen to reassure her. Bryce spoke with his mother via Christian's phone and assured her he was fine and would be home by 3 p.m. Yet, hours passed, and Bryce did not arrive. Throughout the day and evening of August 29th, Bryce remained in the Buttonwillow area, making small purchases and refusing to disclose his exact location in detail to his mother. Despite repeated calls, his responses were vague, and he appeared reluctant to return home immediately. The mysterious crash and abandonment of Bryce's vehicle. At approximately 5:30 a.m. on August 30th, Bryce's beige 2003 Toyota Highlander was discovered abandoned at the bottom of a 15-foot ravine near Castaic Lake, off Lake Hughes Road in the Sierra Pelona Mountains. The car's back window was broken from the inside, and Bryce's wallet and duffel bag were found outside the vehicle, unzipped as if he had removed something. His laptop and phone remained inside. Blood was found on the passenger's headrest and back seat, but investigators found no conclusive evidence of serious injury. Surveillance footage showed Bryce driving near the area multiple times between 2 a.m. and 4:30 a.m., including driving up and down Lake Hughes Road. Tire tracks suggested he had driven off the road at high speed down the embankment toward the lake. Authorities initially believed Bryce had deliberately driven into the lake, suggesting suicide. However, this theory conflicted with the earlier observations of his family and friends, who described him as hopeful and not suicidal just weeks before. Search efforts and theories. Following the discovery of the car, a massive search was launched involving deputies, volunteers, search and rescue teams, cadaver dogs, and divers. The hills, lake, and shoreline were scoured extensively, but no trace of Bryce was found. Tips and alleged sightings came from across the western United States, but none proved credible. Bloodhounds tracked Bryce's scent from the crash site to a dam and then toward a nearby truck stop, leading investigators to speculate that Bryce might have walked away from the accident, possibly hitchhiked, and disappeared into the surrounding area. There was no evidence of foul play or suicide, and investigators believed that if Bryce had entered the lake, his body would likely have been recovered. In 2015, the family hired private investigator Denise Savastano, who proposed two possible explanations. Bryce may have suffered a head injury in the crash causing disorientation, or he experienced a psychotic break triggered by his drug use. A sonar search of Castaic Lake failed to uncover any clues. The emotional toll and ongoing hope. For Michael and Karen Laspisa, the pain of not knowing their son's fate has been devastating. Karen poignantly said, "Not knowing the location of my son is worse than him being dead." Despite the troubling circumstances and the passage of years, the family remains hopeful that Bryce is alive somewhere, waiting to be found or to return home. The family has offered a $5,000 reward for information leading to Bryce's whereabouts, and a billboard with his image stands near the disappearance site, keeping his story alive in public memory. Bryce's mother continues to advocate for answers, holding on to the belief that someone, somewhere, might hold the key to unlocking this mystery.